Hello everyone and welcome back to Mitwa by Madhurima Sappatti. We are going to go forward with a new activity for grounding ourselves. I realize that I'm wearing this shirt a lot. I promise it's not the only shirt I own. I just love the color and I feel like it kind of suits me. So, but anyways, the next experiment that we'll be going forward with to make stress management fun is kind of dealing with overwhelm and feeling stressed out and being in a chaotic space that you didn't necessarily create for yourself. This activity requires specific environments, but it is a wonderful activity for you to do if you are in a work from home scenario. If you are at home and you're feeling chaotic, I feel like this activity would be a great way to kind of calm yourself and get back to yourself and ground yourself. It is taking a shower. I know, sounds chaotic, sounds crazy, but hear me out. Back when I was stressed out in university and I used to have panic attacks or anxiety attacks, I used to usually step into a shower and it would genuinely help me calm down a lot. Back then, I didn't know the reason why, but going forward, as I'm learning more about stress management, there are a few articles out there that mention that hot showers actually create a sense of warmth that then leads to the release of oxytocin in our bloodstream, which is an anti stress hormone and helps us relax ourselves. Also, logically speaking, with the heat, when we are stressed out, there are times when we clench ourselves subconsciously. Our muscles kind of tend to sore up because we are getting ready to fight or flight or basically freeze. In all three of those responses, our muscles tense up so that we can react accordingly. And when we are under constant stress, when we are having panic attacks or anxiety attacks, our body does that subconsciously. So our muscles kind of tend to get sored up. If you have ever gotten a massage before, a lot of people will tell you, oh, you have a lot of tension in your back, you have a lot of tension in your shoulders. It's basically because we tend to tense up a lot and our muscles kind of get sore. So taking a hot shower will actually help you relax those muscles and calm down a bit more. Now, this activity has helped me a lot in the past, but I wanted to share this activity and do it with you guys as well. In the past 7 days, as I was telling you earlier, I didn't necessarily do all the grounding morning rituals in the bed. I did it in the shower. And that was because it genuinely helped me calm down. It helped me relax. It helped me be in a place of peace and calm and quiet. And I prefer doing hydro meditations, water meditations, and water therapy, which is really, really beneficial for me, which I'll talk a bit more about in future episodes. But for now, what I want you to do is every time you're feeling stressed out, I want you to go take a shower. Put it at a temperature that suits you. Make sure that it's a tad bit warm so that you can feel relaxed, and just stand underneath the shower for as long as you require. I promise you, it is such a huge help to feel the water flowing over your body and relaxing you slowly but surely. Do this activity for 7 days. Join the community Stress Busters, which is an amazing space and community that I have created to make stress management fun and to have a community to support them and care for them and hype them up. It is a great place where we do these activities together, and I would love to invite you to hop on in there and hop on hop on into the shower. No, never mind. Hop on into the community and share your views, share what is working, what is not working with you for this particular activity, and do it along with the community. I hope you enjoy this activity. I will see you in 10 days. Peace. Also, before I go, be sure to journal how you are feeling about this particular activity, what this particular activity made you feel, if it helped you, if it didn't help you. This actually helps you going forward in the self-reflection exercise. You can actually have a concise set of thoughts that you are aware of. Like, you're not just thinking back and picking things up, you are picking things up from what you've already written or recorded ahead of time. So I hope you enjoy this activity. I'll see you soon.
1 week later.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm super excited to share with you guys my experience with the 7 days of trying out the shower technique to relax myself, to calm myself, especially when I'm feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, or in a state of panic. Now, I'm extremely happy to tell you that after yesterday's failed attempt at recording this video along with 5 other videos and creating bundles for my Agni coaching program, only to realize that there was no volume recorded for the video after feeling extremely frustrated by the fact that I wasted close to an hour of my time doing random hand movements and talking into the wind. I'm extremely pleased to tell you that this activity actually genuinely works, especially when you're stressed out and you're in a state of panic. Now, obviously, I was feeling overwhelmed. Now, this exercise is something that I tried out throughout the 7 days, but it doesn't necessarily mean that throughout those days I was in a state of panic. I was in a state of overwhelm or feeling stressed out about, oh my god, my time just got wasted. But it was still something that I wanted to try to see what my experience looked like. But I'm pleased to say that after yesterday's horrible experience, it actually does work at every point of time. Now, if you have seen the first half of this video, you know for a fact that this is a activity or exercise that I use a lot for myself. I used to use this a lot back when I had no idea what stress management looked like. I had no idea about this technique existing. It's almost like a conscious thing that I came across this and I was like, let me give this a try and it helped. So I wanted to share my experience doing this continuously for the 7 days and sharing it with you guys. Let me know down in the comments when you're trying this activity if you need any support, or if you have any questions regarding this activity, or if you'd like to share your own experience when doing this activity, when you're stressed out or when you're feeling overwhelmed. Please drop it down in the comments so that we can see it and a lot of other people can get supported by your experience. Wonderful. Let's get into it. So my number one question is, as you can see in the reflective exercise on this side or the side of the video, the very first question goes something like this: how did doing this activity feel for you? For me, it was really relaxing, no matter whether I was stressed out or not, whether I was in a state of panic or not. This activity genuinely helps me calm down because I kind of pair it up with water healing. I kind of pair it up with consciously relaxing my muscles and letting go of the stress that I can feel around in my body. It's if you guys want to try it, I feel like the one thing that you can do is when you're standing underneath the shower, you can simply clench your muscles. You can do it one by one, or you can just clench your entire body and then slowly relax it. This actually helps you get rid of a lot of tension. It has helped me particularly a lot. So you guys can give it a try and see if it supports you as well. So that is a technique that I used to do a lot, and I do it every day when I'm taking a bath because it genuinely helps me relax a lot. So for me personally, I love doing this activity. It was really fun. It was really enjoying. Um, it was really satisfying, and I had a lot of fun. I felt like a little kid. I had a lot of fun. How would you describe this exercise? I feel like, again, like it was extremely fun. It was something that genuinely helped me relax consciously. It kind of helps a lot when you're consciously taking care of yourself and you're intentionally creating a space, creating a time where you're focusing on relaxing yourself. Now, we move through life doing a lot of things on autopilot. We move through life doing a lot of things that are a part of a routine and has been a part of a routine for a really long time. And so we tend to kind of forget that we can be intentional with the work that we are doing. So when you are stepping into a space and time that you are creating for yourself to consciously relax, it's really powerful because then you're hyper aware of everything that's happening within your body and outside. You can feel the knots, you can feel the tension, you can feel it slowly leave your body. So I feel like I had a lot of fun. I genuinely enjoyed this experience, and I'd love to hear more about your experience down in the comments. So please feel free to share it as well. Would you consider doing this exercise in the future or this activity in the future? I feel like I would love to do it, but one thing that I did realize in terms of the limitations was I don't necessarily want to do this every single day, like, because the intention of the exercise was to do it when you're feeling stressed or when you're feeling panicked. And I don't think, like, there are a few limitations, right? Like, you need to be in a place where you're safe enough to take a shower. You need to be in a place where you can relax yourself or consciously relax yourself and have that kind of space to know that, hey, you know what, I can relax for as long as I want. I don't have any commitments right now. So you need to be in a space and time like that. And a lot of times we might find ourselves feeling overwhelmed or panicked or in a place or stressed out, and we are not necessarily in a space where we have accessibility to a shower and we have the time to take one, take a relaxing one at that. So I feel like there are limitations like that. Also, again, there is the concept of, I don't want to waste so much water every single day, like taking a shower in the morning and then taking a shower again. And this one is a much more relaxing shower. So I don't necessarily think that I would like to do this every single day, but I feel like it's a great option when you've tried everything and nothing's working. This is a great option for you to go for. Again, if you are in a space and in a place where you can relax consciously and intentionally and let go of your stress. So yeah, that is one limitation that I feel kind of made me want to think about this activity and doing it on a daily basis. If anything, how would you tweak this activity so it would fit you better? I feel like for me, this is something that actually, this is something that I actually came up with by the second or third day of the activity was, hey, why don't I do this in the morning when I am taking my bath, when I am taking my shower? I can do this activity of relaxing myself, of being in a space where I can calm down and start my day from a place of relaxation rather than a place of panic. Now, if you have seen the previous activity, and if you haven't, there's a link right here that you can click and watch, or here, I don't know. It's somewhere up there. But basically, I feel like there is this thing that I like to do, and I would encourage you guys to do it as well, is that going forward in this journey where I am sharing different activities with you guys, feel free to pick whichever ones suit you the best and tweak them so that you can ensure that, hey, you know what? I am going to do this. I'm going to add this up into my morning routine. I'm going to add this up in my afternoon routine or whatever you want to do. You can pick things apart and you can choose which one you would like to go for on a particular day, in a particular moment, depending on your mood and what your surroundings look like. So I definitely feel like you can change and you can have a lot of fun with these activities and figure out which one works the best for you, like in the previous activity that I was mentioning. So I genuinely just picked this activity up and I added it to that routine knowing that it is going to serve me better, and it did serve me. So I feel like rather than doing this activity every time I'm feeling stressed out, I can do it. I'm not saying I can't, but it's better for me to give this activity a try every single day in the morning because it helps me start the day with a much more calmer state of mind than when I'm usually panicked or I'm like, oh my god, I have so much work to do and I don't know what to do. I feel like doing this activity genuinely helps me start the morning with a much more calmer state of mind. Also, I feel like one thing that I genuinely played around with when I was doing this activity was figuring out how my body reacts to different water temperatures. Now, this is something that you can try to, especially when you're feeling panicked, especially when you're feeling stressed out. I would like you to go ahead and kind of start with a colder temperature of the water, right? So, when you are in that cold temperature and you step into the shower, it basically shocks you, and when it shocks you, you kind of like almost wake up and jerk up from whatever panic state of mind you were in. Once you are in that space, once you are feeling like you have found yourself a bit, and cold temperature actually helps us calm down, you can actually place it on your wrist or place it on your face, and like when you are in the shower you can just step into the water, but outside of your day as well. So if you have ice cubes on the hand, you can place it on your wrist, you can place it on your face, and it genuinely helps you calm down a lot. But when you are in a space, when you are in a shower and you have accessibility to cold water, step into the water and see how it kind of shocks you and then slowly relaxes you. Once you find your panic slowly coming down a bit and your head clearing up a bit, I would then encourage you to kind of go for a warmer temperature. In this space, you can feel your heartbeat calming down, you can feel yourself calming down a lot, right? This is a space where you can have conversations with yourself if you want to. If not, you can simply just stay there and relax yourself and slowly, like I was mentioning, clench and unclench your body, clench and unclench your muscles, and see how it affects you. It will slowly relax you and calm you down. And then you can eventually go for the hotter water temperature, hotter water temperature. And what this will allow you to do is, there is this thing where when we are in a hot shower, our body, our mind releases oxytocin because it makes us feel safe, it makes us feel secure. We are in a space where there is warmth all around us, and you can slowly get into a space where your body is naturally letting go of the stress, right? So you can play around with the temperatures, go for cold, warm, and hot, and see how that affects you and how your body particularly reacts to that particular method. Usually what I do is, when I am in the warmer setting of the water after being in the cold, I like to have a conversation with myself about what went wrong, what happened, what can I do better, and simply just do a self coaching, self check in kind of a thing in that space where I can actually have conversations with a clearer state of mind than thinking from a panic state of mind. What you can also do is, once you are in the hotter temperature and you feel that you have relaxed and you have calmed down and your mind and body is in a really good space, you can then go into the warmer temperature and then start having a conversation with yourself. So like I said, you can play around with this activity, try out a couple of different things and see what works best for you. This is a technique that genuinely helped me out a lot, and I wanted to share it with you guys inside the shower activity. So give it a try and let me know again down in the comments if this resonates with you. Now, moving on to the next point. How often would you wish to do this activity? Again, like I mentioned, I would love to do it daily and I do it daily in the morning. But when I am feeling stressed out or panicked out, I feel like this activity is great as a second or the last option, right? Like, you have tried multiple things to calm yourself down and if you still don't feel calm, this is an activity that you can try. For the people out there, if you don't have access to a shower, you can try out different grounding techniques, and I am going to share grounding techniques and a lot of stress relief techniques going forward. You can try out those exercises, and once you are home, if you still feel that you have that panic state in mind or you're feeling a bit overwhelmed still, irrespective of whatever activity you have tried, you can give this activity a try. That's my personal advice to you guys. I personally like to do this activity again, like I said, in the morning in the shower, and only if necessary. I don't do this all the time because I don't like getting into the shower all the time. I just don't like it. I don't like to shower all the time. So yeah, I mean, your personal preferences. For me, I do it in the morning and then afterwards, eventually, depending on the situation. If nothing else is working, I like to do it as a last option kind of. For the sixth question, would you require any accountability from the group? You can actually join the Stress Busters community where we try this activity together. So if I share an activity, everyone does it on their own time and then lets us know what their experience was around this activity. The community is still growing and it's a great space for you guys to step in because the intention of the community is to make stress management fun. So if you have any activity that you're trying, if you have any habits that you're tracking, this is a great space to join so that we can support you and hold you accountable. What you can do is, if you're viewing this video now, click the link in the description, join the community and let us know what you need accountability in, and we will support you to the best of our abilities. Now, as I mentioned, for me particularly, again, I don't like to shower every single time. Like, I do in the morning, but I don't like to keep showering throughout the day. So I did need accountability for it because I was planning on, because my intention was to do this separately outside of the shower activity that I do in the morning. And so I did need accountability for it because I was like, ugh, I don't like showering this much. But if you're in a similar space like me, if you're trying out this activity for 7 days, which I definitely recommend for you to figure out if it is something that you genuinely enjoy or not, and you need accountability, let us know in the community and we'll hold you accountable. If you just simply want to try out, and I'm kind of rounding up with the answers here and my suggestions here. If you do want to try out this activity, you can definitely go ahead and give it a try. You don't necessarily have to do the 7 day activity thing. It is just a way for us to experiment and see if we genuinely enjoy the activity over a period of time, or if it is just, like beginner's luck for the activity. Like, yay, we enjoy it so much, and then you're like, not so much. So it's just a way for us to figure out if an activity works for us throughout a particular duration of time. Let us know if you are giving it a try and we'll support you. If you are simply giving this a try on a time where you're feeling panicked and if this activity helped you, once again, let us know in the comments. Your comments genuinely help me figure out what is working, what isn't, and what activity I can try next. You can actually, if you have an activity in mind that you have heard a lot of people say, you know what, this activity genuinely helps me calm down, this activity genuinely helps me manage my stress, let us know in the comments and I will give that a try. I'll add it to the roster of activities that we already have planned out and we will give it a try. With that, I will see you in the next one. Please feel free to join the community and keep an eye out for our next activity that's coming up tomorrow. Woohoo! Let's go. Thank you so much for sticking around.